And we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday night live on the GSMC Sports Network, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We're here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling. We talk about all the action inside and outside the ring, backstage curtain calls, all the rumors, all the drama. We talked about inactive statuses, injury updates. We talked about contract negotiations, extensions, and new signings amongst WWE, AEW, basically every wrestler out there. We talk about promotions from Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan Professional Wrestling to Stardom, to WWE, to TNA, to AEW. If it makes major news in the world of professional wrestling, we talk about it here on this show, 1,010%. Always got to remind you guys to go ahead and Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show so you guys can get some cool notifications when we publish some videos. So, make sure you guys stay in the fray. Make sure you guys continue to send those comments, those chats, anything you guys say will be talked about, will be featured on the show. So can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. All right, without further ado, we're going to talk about some Michael Cole, legendary WWE announcer on the Impaulsive podcast. And I got to be honest, I did watch this. It was about an hour and 20 minutes. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, Michael Cole, Logan Paul shooting stuff. And it was pretty cool. It was definitely pretty cool. Michael Cole obviously, was getting a little bit of baggage, saying that, he was being replaced because of everything that happened in between Tiffany Stratton. And Logan Paul flat out said, he blamed Michael Hayes backstage, who started the rumor between, Tiffany Stratton and Logan Paul, saying that, hey, you were hitting on Stratton. Ooh, busted. And that wasn't really the case. And then now the whole thing between, Logan Paul and Ludwig Kaiser. And, Logan Paul obviously reiterating, basically saying that, hey, dude, honestly, I'm not here to hit on girls. I'm not here to try to get laid. I'm here to win, dude. I want to win gold. I want to be somebody in WWE. I want to be somewhere in 20 years in a business that, quite frankly, I've been absolutely prepping my whole entire life for. In the interview, he actually told Michael Cole that he was a YouTube stuntman. Bam! At the end of the day, that kind of stuff, perfect for WWE right there. So I thought that was kind of funny. Michael Cole also, he did, praise Logan Paul for everything that he's done inside the ring, saying, and I quote, he's never really seen anyone take to wrestling as fast as you did, obviously referring to Logan Paul. And Logan Paul obviously bringing up the fact that, he has a lot of heat. He does receive a lot of heat from the WWE universe. And, it's kind of crazy. For me, in my opinion, honestly, I do believe that, a lot of people probably, they don't like Logan Paul. They don't like him. I don't think the WWE universe truly believes that Logan Paul sucks. I don't think that at all, whatsoever. I feel like it's because he's really, really good. It's really, really good that it drives them absolutely freaking nuts. Is because, this guy came from basically, doing stuff with his brother. He does this, this BS YouTube channel. I'm not crapping on it or anything like that, but I'm just, trying to keep it real here. From, playing both sides, devil's advocate here. He's doing these BS videos with his brother. They're trying to pretend like they're boxers. They're trying to pretend like they can handle what the athletes have. They can, try to pretend what it takes to be a WWE superstar or what it takes to be a professional boxer. And at the end of the day, they're great. They're absolutely great at it. I do fancy myself some Jake Paul. I feel like he's great. Logan Paul inside the ring. I know he was trained from the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. You see a lot of AJ Styles inside Logan Paul. So for me, I don't get the fact that a lot of people hate watching Logan Paul matches. Look at what happened last Monday Night Raw in the main event against Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio against any opponent. Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Jey Uso. The list goes on and on and on. They would have just, it would have been like a 5-7, not even that much. I think it would have been like a 5-minute match. Bam. But Logan Paul made Rey Mysterio, and I feel like Rey Mysterio did the same thing, vice versa. They both made each other look really, really damn good. They had an amazing match where they left it all out inside the ring with wrestling moves, luchador moves, with high flying, a lot of reversals and pins. I feel like they brought the best out of each other last week on Monday Night Raw, where Logan Paul got a spot inside the Elimination Chamber, and I feel like the Elimination Chamber is actually a lot richer because Logan Paul is inside it, and he's gonna do some crazy stuff. You're going to see, I guarantee you, I'm going to give you the Eric Rodriguez guarantee that during the match there's going to be something like crazy that Logan Paul does, and the fans are going to go, holy, like I believe in Logan Paul. I definitely believe that 1,010%. But then Logan Paul went to praise Michael Cole. He says that Michael Cole's job is absolutely 1,010% important. And Michael Cole had this to say. He said, and I quote, "We're not professional wrestling anymore. Netflix obviously took us for entertainment purposes. Great superstars to fan connections. Obviously, they need the emotional manipulation, but most importantly, storytelling. He says he's a storyteller. I'm not an announcer. I'm a narrator. I'm a storyteller. I'm a pitch man. I'm a play-by-play announcer. Some aspect. He creates characters, and I agree with that 1,010%. That's something about wrestling. There's something about Logan Paul even asked Michael Cole, was like, hey, honestly, if the roles were reversed, if you were in UFC and NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, would you be able to still kind of bring the same funk that you do to professional wrestling? And Michael Cole, he kept it straight. He was like, you know what? No. WWE matches, they're predetermined. I have my notes about what's going to go on. That's how I can effectively make people fall in love with this person. The ways that I can be an absolute storyteller, a pitch man, not so much of an announcer, a narrator, creating narratives, helping these superstars become something that, not just inside the ring, it's something you represent on social media, like a brand. And Logan Paul said that as well. That's something that WWE does so damn well. Is not so much as you look inside the NFL, you look inside the NBA, and you have people, they're playing for the team. Obviously, I might be comparing apples to oranges here, but you can't really make your own brand like you do in WWE, and they should do it. They should do it 1,010%. WWE stars, ever since the implementation of social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You're your own public relations representative. You can literally post whatever you want. You can keep kayfabe. Some people do, some people don't. Fair enough. It all works out. But at the end of the day, you can earn yourself something on the side. You can do your own endorsement deals if you wanted to. Before then, man, people were calling Vince McMahon to be like, hey, can we, I would love to sign a Reebok commercial for The Undertaker. And it'd be like, nah, no, get out of here. I don't want Mark Calloway distracted here. He has a job to do. Now they can just be like, yeah, sure, where do I sign? If it doesn't affect what I do in WWE, then it's all gravy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Michael Cole was talking about, nowadays, and something that I've honestly did kind of pick up on with modern day WWE announcers. It's not so much about talking about move by move. A left kick with a DDT. He hits him with a snap suplex. He's going up to the top rope, elbow drop. You know what I mean? Like, it's not so much as that anymore, and I've definitely noticed that. It's about the superstars. It's about the overall show. It's about the overall product. And Michael Cole, he's been one of the best at it. He's been absolutely one of my favorite announcers. And for me, announcing is obviously, I have a huge, I want to pursue a career in like a play-by-play announcer. Obviously, WWE would be pretty badass, but for the Angels, for the Rams, whatever, radio or whatever, you think about top tier announcers. There's a lot of top tier announcers in the NFL, for example. Troy Aikman. Honestly, I feel like Joe Buck makes Troy. I'm just kidding. No, but Joe Buck, absolutely phenomenal. I miss him. See, this is something as well. Something that the power of announcing could bring you in terms of wrestling, like Jim Ross. Jim Ross, in terms of professional wrestling, he honestly, the way he talked about wrestling, the way he was really into it, you felt like you were sitting right there in the front row. The way he was just so passionate about it, the way he was basically like, if a superstar was spilling blood, you could like literally like you could see it from your eyes. The way he was like the way he made words turn into like, it was just words to into like concrete details in your mind that you're literally painting a picture of what he's saying, the words he's saying, the way he's kind of painting a picture, and it's art. It's absolutely 1,010% art. The things that Jim Ross does, the things that Michael Cole does. Like, think about it. Like I was saying, like, announcers are so powerful. Look at the World Series, Major League Baseball. Yes, it's cool. It's awesome. I do like to fancy myself in a little World Series here and there. But guess what? I recently stopped watching the World Series. I did, and that's because I'm a huge dork. You want to know why? Because Joe Buck isn't doing it anymore. Joe Buck and John Smoltz, I thought they were absolutely 1,010% top tier announcers. Like, he was the way Joe Buck, he passes it to first, out number one, and then like it's just like the way you deliver the message is so damn important. So important to the product, so damn important to the success, so damn important to keep the fans in the seats, buying tickets, and at the same time also buying merchandise. Buying merchandise 1,010%. Also, look at Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. They've been receiving a lot of scrutiny because Thursday Night Football games, I gotta be honest, lately, since Al Michaels took over since Amazon started the whole thing. They started it, like 3-4 years ago, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. Not a lot of good games on Thursday Night Football. Not a lot. So Al Michaels was kind of like, the way he was talking, he was getting a lot of media scrutiny saying that, oh, Al Michaels is getting too old. Oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't care anymore. He doesn't have a passion for football. You hate football. Football is America. You hate America. I'm just kidding, no. But it was just that kind of ridiculous kind of assumption, kind of that, I felt bad for Al Michaels when he made it to Prime. I got to be honest. You watched NBC, you watched Sunday Night Football, Al Michaels, and Chris Collinsworth. I love those guys. Sunday Night Football, it was so impactful. You have the Carrie Underwood starting, and it took a while for me to warm up to Mike Tirico. I got to be honest. But I do like him. I think he's pretty cool. But basically, all in all, just talking about how powerful, announcers really do. The way they have to be on top of everything, because you literally are the middleman between the fans and the talent and the product and everything that you see in front of the screen. You have to make the fans, essentially. You have to make the fans. So, Michael Cole, definitely 1,010%. I love him. I feel like he's, 1,010% super awesome. Then he started talking, about the balance between, romance and life in his marriage and stuff like that, which is pretty damn cool. Which is, the way he's handling it with his wife. He's always been on the road. So, she doesn't really expect, more or less than that. That's just how it is. And she's a loving wife. They had kids at a young age, to the point where it's like, okay, let's grow them up. So then in our late 30s, early 40s, middle 40s, we can go out, and there's still 40s is young. 40s is young. That's an absolute perfect way to kind of create a regime, create a blueprint of how to raise a family, especially if you're living life on the road all the time, like Michael Cole, where, got to the point where he's been with the company for 28 years, only missed 3 shows that he was, scheduled to show up in. That's phenomenal. 28 years, only 3 shows. That's nuts. That's crazy. I got coworkers, man, that call off like 3 times a month. That's insane. So, you got to admit the commitment. You got to admit the dedication and the passion of this man right here. The way that they were killing it on the podcast, I got to be honest. I'm like, man, I was already a huge Michael Cole fan. I'm a fan of Logan Paul inside the ring. And, I watched the podcast. And I got to be honest, I started watching more Logan Paul podcasts. And, he's pretty damn good at what he does. And, a lot of people, they get a little upset. But yeah, no, it's Yeah, it was super cool. It was super cool. And then Michael Cole started talking about how he signed a new contract, brand new contract. I believe he said 8 years. I think he said for the next 8 years he's going to be with WWE. A highly elusive contract. He said that that under the new regime, under Triple H, Paul Levesque, Nick Khan, and Lee Fitting of ESPN, they really made him feel important. And it really, honestly, had to take this long to make somebody as prestigious, as amazing as Michael Cole to feel really important. I can crap on Vince McMahon all damn day, but Michael Cole, keeping it professional, said that what, I gotta thank Vince for giving me the opportunity. He never gave up on me. So me as a fan, I'm like, what? Oh, what a piece of crap, man. That sucks. Michael Cole should have been, if it takes 20 damn years out of business, then you finally get a contract and you finally get your notice, and you finally, there's that person that starts that slow clap in the middle of the staff meeting or whatever, and you're like, shit, like crap, man, like. Really take you guys this long? Like, come on, guys. Like, what the hell? So I thought that was kind of crazy. I love that. I love that 1,010%. And, he was talking about how you can see it in the locker room with a lot of these WWE superstars, becoming a family, with a lot of them basically saying that they feel comfortable to create characters on their own. And, so it's going to be projected easier on the screen, which is great for the fans. Absolutely amazing for the product and its future heading forward, and especially with the Netflix era. So I feel like that's awesome. And then they started talking about Corey Graves. Corey Graves was brought up, the Corey Graves situation. Michael Cole saying that, about the trouble that he got in terms of social media. He meant to post something that was, thought-provoking, that was kind of, joking. But, I got to be honest, I'm not a huge Corey Graves guy. I kind of thought he was a jerk. There was an old WWE announcer who came from UFC. He did NXT. His name was Mauro Ronaldo? He was super damn cool. Corey Graves, it was speculated backstage, he was sending tweets how Mora wasn't handling it great, and how he kind of sucked. Mora obviously suffering from, like, he was bipolar. He was like a manic depressive and stuff like that. So obviously what he read online highly affected him to the point where he was like, he had to take some time off. It's kind of like working with that coworker, who like is emotionally draining because they're such like they're like a stickler. They're like literally like, I don't know. I don't want to say like negative, but it's like, I don't know. It seems like they're always not like in a bad mood. Critiquing, being a piece of crap, maybe. I'm just kidding. No, but I don't know. I just feel like Corey Graves' mouth behind the scenes has gotten him in trouble a lot of the times back in, and now it's kind of coming fruition. Now, he was replaced by Pat McAfee with Michael Cole, which is better. Joe Tessitore, Wade Barrett on SmackDown, which is, better. I did not want to see Joe Tessitore and Corey Graves on NXT. But even when Corey Graves is on NXT, you don't really see him saying much things anyways. But all in all, it sucks for Corey Graves. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him, but, I feel, whatever. But I don't know. He did call Jim Ross. Michael Cole did call Jim Ross the best ever to do it. I definitely love that. He left off the podcast saying that I'm having the most fun that I've ever had doing WWE, and we don't have to basically talk about basically what they don't want to talk about, which is super cool. Obviously, Michael Cole still kicking ass, taking names in the WWE announce booth. Love him and Pat McAfee. I love Michael Cole with absolutely anyway. With Taz, JBL, Michael Cole was able to just kind of make a professional out of anybody. So if there's anybody that I love getting a lucrative contract, finally getting noticed for the accomplishments, finally getting noticed that everything that he's put inside the company, and it took 28 damn years. That's crazy. But honestly, shedding some light on some Michael Cole, one of the best WWE professional wrestling, honestly, sports in general, one of the best sports announcers in the whole entire world, in the history of sports. Congratulations to Michael Cole. All right, guys, so hey, do not go anywhere. We got our fifth and final segment. We got Thunder Rosa humiliated by AEW. We're going to talk about the spot when we come back. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about 25 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.